this kind of terrain is a good test for how the fueling is on this bike, because you're on and off the throttle a lot. I'm in second gear right now, and the fueling is just dialed spot on. I have not had any issues or concerns about the fueling at all. See, I'm still in second gear, and I'm just able to tractor through this. Jump over that little log. It's this on and off the throttle where you would notice any kind of issues with how the ECU is programmed for fueling with a fuel injected bike. And I'm on and off the throttle, still in second gear, just trying to give it a good workout and see if I can find any faults. But so far, it is 100% accurate. Let's grab third gear. Almost a little bit too slow for third gear, so let's go back to second. Yeah. No issues whatsoever. I am super impressed with Suzuki's engineers and how they programmed it. This can be a little loose and sandy. It's that composition of dirt that changes when a wildfire comes through, so it's almost like little glass beads. It's sort of a coarse sand type material. I did remember to turn off the ABS at the beginning of this section. And it's all downhill from here. Incredible views from up here. This route is actually equally fun going either direction. Maybe a little bit more fun going the opposite direction because we would be going up this, and this section is longer than the other uphill section. It's always more enjoyable to ride uphill because you can carry more speed and all of that good stuff and have fun jumping water bars and whatnot. Yesterday's ride was about 85-ish miles or so. Today I'm gonna probably be doing about 115. So these are today's my second ride in the dirt. So the type of terrain I just went through, plus a little bit more later today, will be a good test on how the fueling is. And I've already said it, but it is 100% dialed spot on. I would not have any hesitation to re-gear this bike for more trail-oriented gearing and ride it on some single track. I've got a handful of videos up on my channel that show some of the single track that I ride with my other DR-Z as well as my KTM 450. And with the gearing changed on this one to bigger rear sprocket, maybe a smaller front, I would not hesitate to ride this either, other than the fact that I wouldn't want to necessarily deal with the weight on some of the really technical single track. That's essentially why I have the KTM, is that's my single track bike that also sees general dual sport use, but not as much. Third gear, let's go down to second. It's getting kind of challenging, technical turns, pine cones. And then we take a right turn here. Whoa! Hit a little stick there, it banged up against the skid plate. I think it might have kicked up a rock too. That's the importance of having a skid plate that goes all the way back to the foot peg area and where that rear cross member is on the frame. It also protects that area, that little triangulated area right at the foot pegs. So the frame gets wider right at the foot peg area, and there's this little sort of a triangulated shaped outrigger sort of a deal. Or like, for example, I was looking at a friend's XR650L that he just bought. It's a new XR650L, and it has these gigantic brackets that form the outrigger, and then the foot peg bolts to that bracket. So the bracket bolts to the frame, and then the foot peg bolts to the bracket or attaches to the bracket. It's the most goofy looking thing I've ever seen. fourth gear. Fourth gear is just a little bit high for this. Yeah, so I think maybe a 42 tooth rear sprocket might be better to go. These tire tracks that you see here that are like 6.5 feet apart, they are from a shepherd that herds a flock of sheep all over the hills up here. And I don't remember seeing these tracks here yesterday. Yeah, so I'm in third gear. I'm just about tapped out at the RPM range that I would regularly ride something at in a given gear. So maybe a 42 would be a lot more logical than a 44. So, not a whole lot of too terribly interesting stuff up ahead. It's just more of this same boring dirt road. So I think we're going to end this video here. So thanks for watching. Be sure to drop any questions down in the comments below. And I will see you on the next DR-Z4S video.